I'm Brian Lee. I was born and raised in Hong Kong. My family background is that my father was a entrepreneurial person. He owns an electronic store in Hong Kong. My mother was a housewife and raised four children. I'm the oldest son. I have two younger sisters and one younger brother. After high school, I came to United States for college. I went to school in Midwest, Iowa, and Missouri. I got my bachelor degree in business administration. After college, I moved to San Francisco and with my girlfriend Betty back then, and today she's my wife. In San Francisco, I wasn't too sure about what I would do for my career. Somehow I got into the insurance industry and began as an agent and then a manager. And today, I am the general agent of Mass Mutual Greater Los Angeles and owns a very successful agency. So after high school, I have a family friend who was a professor in University of Iowa. So one day, when I was in high school, he came to my family and talked to my father saying that, hey, Brian, one day if you want to come to United States, you may want to, come to my college. And I say, sure, okay, I will. And after high school, I just told my father that I would like to go to United States and could continue my education. I want to be different. I don't want to be the same, although I got accepted, to continue my college in China, but I really don't want to. I want to be different. I want to learn, what's outside of, the Asian country. I want to see, why United States is a very powerful and successful country. So I want to come. Then the best way to learn it is to come for the college, come for the education. And that was the best decision I made. When I came, everything was very different, but I learned a lot by going through the college in the US system. The first thing was, it's so different. At first I went to Midwest, and Iowa, Missouri is just very different than my expectation. When I was in Hong Kong, I watched movie, all the Hollywood movie about United States. You see New York, you see Los Angeles, you see Statue of Liberty, you see Hollywood, you see the big city. Very it's just very different than Midwest. So when I first landed, in Iowa, I still remember it was called Cedar Rapids Airport. And on the freeway, to my college, the only thing I saw was corn. Okay, I don't see anything else. It's a cornfield everywhere. So I was a little bit, disappointed, but also wondering, where am I? The culture was different, but I love it. When I landed, I got a chance to learn the real American, the heartland of America, the real people, who are very friendly. They show a lot of welcoming, to me, a foreigner, a foreign student, coming to this country. And I also got to make adjustment to learn the culture and to speak the language. I wasn't really speaking perfect English back then, so I got to learn how to speak, how to communicate, and very soon, I was able to break the ice and get into the U.S. American culture. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people have inspired me, for my own success. But I obviously would give most of the credit to my father, who was also very successful as a business person in Hong Kong. He showed me a lot of way to do business, especially in order to be successful. You really need to do the work yourself. Your attitude is very important. So I learned a lot from the way he handled business, the business manners, code of ethics, and also the way that he interact with people, his staff, his employees, and also his customers. The people skill, that I observe, and also to learn from. He was a pretty good role model to me. I wish I could learn more from him. I think the success is really based on a goal. So when you have a goal and you achieve that, that's considered successful. It's very difficult to measure the success. So when I set up a goal, I try to make sure my goal is very specific and also measurable. So then I can go back to measure my own success. I usually don't like to give myself a lot of excuse by saying that, this is what I can do and give myself a range. And usually, that will open up the room for me to give myself some excuse. I don't take that. I cannot give myself a lot of excuse. If you want to be successful, you need to hold yourself accountable. So I always have a very specific and measurable goals and then hold myself accountable for a period of time. When do I need to achieve that? And I always hold myself accountable for achieving that goal.